Welcome to episode 32! And I'd like to welcome our special guest, Crypto Hoops, with a different alias known as Albin.
Thank you for having me on today.
Clap it up for Albin, clap it up.
Glad to be here. About time we had this collab.
Yes, I agree. Thanks for coming on, Albin. It means a lot when we can get other small creators collaborated together, because then we can all grow. We are just having fun. So, why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, most people probably know me as Albin. For those that don't know, I did create my own YouTube channel as well. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Crypto Hoops. You'll probably find me there. This is a channel where we talk about blockchain and basketball. So if you like basketball or you want to learn about crypto, follow me, especially on YouTube. That's a little about the channel and me, and I'm ready to get into it.
Sweet.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just, settle in. I want to talk about first impressions. So I remember the first time I met you. I don't know if you remember the first time you met Liam. You want to talk about those moments? Just our little connection here? What do you think?
Sure. I'll start with Liam because that's farther back. Mm-hmm. The first time I met Liam was in 5th grade at Junior Warriors basketball. His dad was our coach, Coach Bill. So that's where I met Liam. And we were on a basketball team for 2 years, 5th grade, 6th grade. And then kind of skipped out during middle school. He went to Albright, I went to Jackson. And then came back together in high school. So that's how I met Liam. Thomas, the way I met you at Lions Park. This was freshman year, end of freshman year summer. And I believe it was because of Nico. Nico was how I met you, because you ended up showing up Nico. One day. Yeah.
Nico brings
Nico.
Everyone together.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I just remember Thomas could jump really high then. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, now I got paper.
It's those calves.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember back in the Junior Warriors, anytime we needed a bucket, it was just give the ball to Alvin. Every single time. I
was like the shortest guy on the team. I don't even know if I was like 4 feet tall then yet.
Yeah. That team was fun. Like, I remember, I think like Marcus Rowe was on that team.
Yeah. I don't think his dad liked me very much.
They're interesting characters.
Right.
Yeah, that was fun though, traveling around playing basketball and stuff.
Yeah, but at that age too.
Oh, for sure. When you you play a whole game. Sorry, no. I was to say when you play a whole game and you don't feel like you want to die the next day because you're so sore. Because that's how it is now. Are you playing any intramurals at school?
I'm on the club basketball team at DePaul, and I do intramurals. So we actually have a game at Western Michigan tomorrow, so we're heading over there.
Damn.
Yeah, and then we're driving back. Hopefully we're making time for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Damn, that's sweet. Yeah, I've got on my intramural team, we've got 2 club guys from the Bradley team. Nice. One of them is deaf.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's fully deaf player. And I was like, how are we gonna know to pass? But his court vision is so good and his awareness is so crazy that like him just like hearing people walking around, like if he's going for like a fast break layup, he can hear the guys like well, he can like sense them, like the vibrations of them like stomping on the floor, and he's a bucket, dude.
I think I heard something about like blind people or deaf people, like when you lose one of your senses, all of your other senses like pick up for that and like heighten. So that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I could say the same. Like when I have to go use the bathroom and it's dark, like my senses just go up. I can sense the vibrations happening in the bathroom.
That's funny. So Albin, obviously a few years ago we had a big event go on throughout the world that caused like lockdowns and a lot of sort of things. I don't want to try and use the word because, you know, demonetization, but how did like that time treat you, and how did you, like, what'd you do during that?
It was good and bad because I was at U of I then, and it kind of ended my college experience there. So that was kind of sad, but at the same time, I think it did more good for me than it did bad, because without it, I don't think I really would have got into investing as much as I did, or really like kind of figure out what I wanted to do in life. Because that time, I mean, you're at home all the time. All I did was just watch investing videos, go on YouTube, look at the markets every day. It really put me forward financially, I'd say, because a lot of people, they aren't financially literate. Like, I'm in a couple Discords, and there are people in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, and they're all trying to learn how to make more money. So it really opened up my eyes how not too many people know about it. So me now at 21, I'm like a lot farther ahead than even people that are older than me. So that was the good part about it.
Sweet. Have you always been like a finance major in school?
Yeah, at DePaul, I was trying to get into the business program at U of I. I didn't get in, so you know, that also kind of ruined my experience there. I know.
Tragic.
Very sad, very sad. I was not happy when I got that email, but yeah, I've been a finance major since.
Sweet.
And to kind of add on to that, like, a lot of the stuff we learned in class, I kind of already knew because I got into the market so early, so I wouldn't really pay attention in class, and I'd still do pretty well just because I already knew it.
Yeah, for me, I'm minoring in finance, but my major is marketing, and going through like the different internships that I've done, and then going into classes after I've done stuff in that internship, I'm able to like connect with the material so much more, because I'm able to actually put specific examples that I've experienced, like, and kind of match them up with the stuff that we're learning in class.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was huge for me. So just, doing your own independent study, independent research in whatever you're studying. Like, don't go to college and just, like, mess around, you know? Like, make the most of it. Right. Yeah, because, like, if you're actually studying something you like, you're going to want to study it outside of just classes. You're going to want to listen to podcasts. You're going to want to watch YouTube videos. You're going to want to make your own content, because, you know, the best way to learn is to teach. So doing what you're doing is just improving your own financial literacy. So I think that's really cool what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alban, with the YouTube channel Crypto Hoops, obviously you told us this is where you discuss basketball and the blockchain, right?
Yes, it is.
So obviously your inspiration is with your likings of investing and balling.
Right.
Why did you want to put it together into a YouTube channel to make videos?
I was just like thinking to myself, like, what would be a good name? Because I was trying to come up with a name for it, and I was like, man, I don't think anyone could do blockchain and basketball the way I could. And I was just thinking, like, Crypto Hoops, the channel about blockchain and basketball. All right, I got to write that down. I got to make sure no one else has this. So I was
one
like,
person has it.
Yeah, surprisingly, one person has it. But we're gonna pass them. We're gonna be better than them. We're gonna make them look irrelevant.
True.
What do you think? What do you think of the name Grandma's Pillbox? Because Liam and Dan were the original ones to come up with the name, and then when I heard about it, it's like, I don't think there's anyone else using this name. But I don't know. I think it's a fun little name, Pillbox. It, like, you take your pills weekly, daily, or whatever, and we can have the episodes come out. You know, like you're taking a pill. You know, you listen to this episode, you feel better, you feel amazing.
Red pill.
Red pill. You know what else makes me feel amazing though? Like, I have to throw it in there. Liquid IV.
Yes.
Grandma's Pillbox is like Liquid IV. You just take it and you feel good. There we go.
That's right.
Still waiting on that reply, right? In their spam email.
Yeah. I mean, I've like sent 45 of them at this point now, so I think they just might have blocked me. I gotta come at it with a new angle or something. Like, go to their headquarters and start, like, holding signs out front.
We could use ChatGPT.
Right.
Write a program that automatically, like, annoys Liquid IV until they...
I wonder where their headquarters is. I wonder, they might actually be, like, a subsidy of, like, a bigger, like, hydration company.
Is it like a Gatorade psyop?
Yeah, like, what if they're...
Coca-Cola or Pepsi.
Yeah, or Pepsi. Yeah, one of those two.
Alvin, bro.
Let's see.
While Liam does his research, what are your playoff and finals predictions for the NBA?
It's a little too early for that, to be honest.
Come on, it's never too early.
After the trades, though, you have to put Phoenix, like, basically top 2 in the West.
Who's on Phoenix right now?
Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. They got TJ Warren too, and then DeAndre Ayton. They kept their big 3, and then they added Kevin Durant. So Phoenix is definitely a top dog in the West. I wouldn't put the Nuggets past. I wouldn't say the Nuggets are anything to look over, because Jokic is balling out. He's probably gonna get that 3rd MVP maybe. And then I really like Kyrie and Luka and the Mavs. Personally,
I do as well. I think they've got a really deep team also.
They do. They have a lot of good pieces. Luka finally got his, like, perennial all-star teammate.
Yes.
So
dude, it's reminding me... Oh, I'm sorry. It's reminding me so much of, like 2016. LeBron and Luka are kind of the same. And then you got just Kyrie, who is a perfect, like, second in command.
Right.
And then, Christian Wood.
Yeah. Christian Wood helps off the bench, too, unless they're going to start him now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my picks in the West. The West is really hard because a lot of teams are super close, and I think the Lakers have made a lot of good moves too. But
the Clippers as well.
Yeah, the Clippers are trying to get Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to sign.
There's another team that's trying to sign Westbrook also that I want to get your opinion on. The Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that move, to be honest. Just because. We already play a lot of iso ball, and I don't think Westbrook's going to help with spacing. Sure, he'll help with energy, but I don't think we've given Lonzo a chance either. I like Lonzo a lot.
I like him so much more than Westbrook.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, Lonzo's going to be out probably all year.
Yeah, that's my one worry is he doesn't come back.
Yeah, and, like, how's he going to be once he comes back? It's kind of, like, he's kind of iffy, but I think just... Westbrook's like the plague. I think you just need to stay away from him.
Yeah.
And you're
the plague.
No, for real. He's been traded like to 4 or 5 different teams within 4 to 5 years. So,
dude, I mean, he's just like he's just not good.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing fantasy basketball, I play like a lot of fantasy basketball, and he's like, he puts up these stats. If you're okay with pretty much losing field goal percentage and turnovers every week, because he'll put up, he's like top in turnovers when he's got the ball in his hand.
Yeah, it's give or take with him, and I'd rather not give him the ball. So, but for the East, I think Boston is kind of a lock, to be honest. Maybe the Sixers or Cleveland could really contend with them, and the Bucks, but the Celtics added like a bunch of more pieces to that team already. Like, they got Malcolm Brogdon in the offseason. They have Gallinari too. I'm not sure when he's coming back. So the Celtics look like the top team in the East. But who knows?
Yeah,
Giannis is still there.
Especially, Middleton's still playing only like 20 minutes a night.
Right.
When he gets back up to 30, what's he going to be like there?
Yeah, and you could say that the only reason the Celtics won is because Middleton did not play in that series.
True. Dude, how are you feeling about Cam Thomas putting up 3 straight 40-point games?
I think that this is just like a Jeremy Lin type moment. I don't think it's going to remain that way. He's played really well. He could be one of the focal points of their offense now that they don't really have that guy. They have like Spencer Dinwiddie and him.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges too. So he could probably average like mid to high 20s if he really goes for it.
Yeah. He's a bucket, dude.
Yeah, I think I might be coming out with a hate video on Joe Tsai. So,
Joe Tsai.
That's the Nets like GM or owner or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his.
Dude, you should come out with a hate video on the Bulls one. They're just garbage.
I thought Arturis was gonna save us. Clearly not.
I know. Dude. I mean, it's
Don't
it's hard
doubt
when
the
you've got.
Lithuanian yet. Come on,
Dude.
I forgot.
Thomas, there's a Lithuanian guy fighting on the UFC card tonight, and I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of money on there on the bet.
You better. Come on.
I will. To go back to the Liquid IV, they are owned, or they were merged with Unilever. Unilever's their parent company.
Interesting. I don't think I really heard of them.
Some of their most popular brands are Hellmann's Mayonnaise, Lipton Teas, Axe, and Dove.
Oh, Lipton, okay.
Yes.
Axe and Dove. Okay, so they have like some hygiene products too.
Yeah, it looks like they're big hygiene because they've also made major purchases of Dollar Shave Club and 7th Generation Cleaning.
Nice.
So it sounds like they kind of dominate like personal care.
Yeah.
So maybe you guys should have been sending the emails to Unilever instead.
Maybe.
Fuck. Okay. All right. Let me.
Now we know.
Write it down. Let me write it down.
I'm writing it down right now.
Wait, but Alvin, back
Yeah.
in the day, you were the biggest D Rose fan. I feel like, and Kobe fan. So talk about your love for these two characters. Why do you love them? Rip Kobe.
I'll start with Rip Kobe and Gianna, but I'll start off with Kobe because when I started watching basketball, I was maybe like 5 or 6 years old, but I never watched the finals. The first 3 finals I watched, Kobe was in all of them. So this was 08, 09, and 2010, and he won 2 of them. And I was like, this is the guy. This guy's always in the championship. And I just knew. I was like, Kobe. The name just keeps being talked about. Kobe. He's always in the championship. He's won 2 in a row. So I was like, this is the guy. This is who I want to be. I like winners. Kobe's a winner. And then, of course, D Rose. I mean, grew up in Chicago. We're from Illinois, so that's just a no-brainer. At that time, D Rose was the man, youngest MVP in the league. And everyone thought we were going to win a ring before his injury. I think it was possible. I think it was possible, especially in 2012, because we faced the Heat. We lost in 5 in 2011. We were coming back. For it. And unfortunate injury. Plus, he's a really humble guy, and I don't think there's anything not to like about him, really. So that's why he still is one of my favorite players. And I hope he retires as a Bull. That would be nice.
That would be awesome. I mean, Prime D Rose, you can put him against anybody in one-on-one, and he's giving him a bucket.
Yeah, I think there were like former players talked about how players would literally take the day off or not play games because D Rose would be playing. Like they were scared of him. So,
wow.
I've heard that in like other podcasts or interviews. They talk about D Rose, and he was the man. So,
the original like back-to-back sitting. When guys would sit back-to-backs, he's the original. Load management? No, D Rose management.
You bring up podcasts about these basketball players, and I wanted to say, after watching your basketball shorts, now my algorithm is shifting, and I'm getting more and more basketball content on my phone, and I'm getting these podcast clips with at least like Pat Bev, Iman Shumpert, and like I feel like basketball, at least just in terms of media, is coming so much farther than when I was really into basketball back in the 2010s. There's this like tipping point. Me and my friend Kieran, both of you know about him. We would joke about this one moment where I think China and like the Houston Rockets, like there was some controversy.
They were beefing.
Yeah, they were beefing. And ever since like that happened, him and I would always joke like the NBA is too political now. Like everything's about politics in the NBA. Or like news reporters, I think like at least with LeBron, they said just shut up and dribble. But I like how nowadays, like with the podcast platform, these people can get their voices out, you know. Like you get to hear the insights about what goes on in the locker room, or like just what's going on mentally when they're playing the game. And I don't know, like do you enjoy like listening to that content, or like is there anyone particularly like you look for, or it's just like it pops up and you're like I'm interested?
So I don't really like look into podcasts and watch them fully. Like Draymond Green has his own podcast, Pat Bev has his own podcast. But if I'm like scrolling and I see something interesting on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, I'll watch it because it's a short clip. I'm not going to watch like the whole hour-long thing. So I do like hearing those stories, and I think the reason they took off is because, well, one, during lockdown and everything, you know, podcasts kind of blew up. That was what really blew up the past few years. So I think a lot of NBA players, they're trying to like figure out different ways of making money. Like Draymond Green does it for the money, I'm pretty sure, just because he's trying to be a billionaire like his boy LeBron. Like LeBron started up his barbershop thing. That's really like a podcast, but it's a whole show.
Yeah.
So I like it because you can really get the insights of what goes on in the court, or you could hear like really interesting stories. I really like the stories more than anything.
Yeah, and it gives like you were saying, it gives players another avenue to like express themselves and like create a little bit of wealth on the side. Like what if they want to come out with merch and they've got a podcast, or like I know some guys will like stream on Twitch or YouTube. And it's just like, you know, they should like, I'm a big MMA guy, and how like I see MMA and I guess every sport now that I've kind of realized this is that they should be using the NBA, the UFC, the NFL as like a platform, and then just launch their own personal brand from there.
Yeah, I think a lot of NBA players have started to do that, to be honest.
Yeah. The big one, and I'm sure you've heard of this guy, is Sean O'Malley.
What does he do again?
He's a UFC fighter. He's got like crazy rainbow hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does like a lot of merch and podcasts and that sort of thing. And he like preaches all the time, like fighters shouldn't be complaining about fighter pay. Not that NBA and those guys really complain about pay too much, but use that platform to like just launch and just like build this thing for yourself around your name.
Yeah, plus it's so much easier once you already have that type of platform. The people will follow you regardless, just to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, you can leverage like contracts. Like, I mean, role players, maybe they're getting a little bit more because it doesn't really happen as much as NBA, but UFC guys, like, if you're popular, you're getting a bigger contract than a guy who's not as good, or a guy who might be better, but he's not as popular.
Right, that's why McGregor draws a lot.
Yeah,
I think he's the biggest UFC draw of all time, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got, out of the top like pay-per-view buys, I think he's got like number 1 through number 5.
Man.
Yeah, he's insane, and he's coming back this year. I don't know if you saw that, but he'll be back.
I think I did see that. He got huge out of nowhere. Yeah,
so he broke his leg in a fight pretty bad, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna get out of like the USADA testing pool, which tests you for like drugs and other things.
I was gonna say juice or not juice.
I think juice, dude. I think juice. But when you've got like that much, like it was a full break in his shin bone. Hop on the juice, heal that bad boy up. You know, take a year off, come back, and just be an animal.
He just looks like a completely different person. He's massive.
He's a gorilla. It's crazy. And the guy he's fighting is a gorilla also, Michael Chandler. So it's going to be super exciting. Yeah. Mr. Thomas, I saw on our little list that you wanted to possibly ask Albin about being Albanian.
Wait. You're telling me his name's Alban and he's Albanian? Bro, we gotta talk about that. Alban, you didn't tell us you're Albanian.
Sorry, my bad. I thought it was obvious.
When did they name a country after you? What year?
I think it was like 2008, you know, during the recession. They were like, man, we gotta rebrand here.
I thought it happened long way. You know, Yugoslavia broke and they're like, what do we call this fucking country? Dude, there's a dude named Alban. Come on, Alban.
Basically.
No, but for real though, you grew up Albanian, as I grew up Lithuanian, and Liam grew up Liam-manian, whatever.
Nice.
You recently went to Albania, and I wanted to ask like what your thoughts were, at least maybe not so much just like if you had fun or whatever, but if you noticed anything like culturally different or just any observations you made on that aspect.
All right. Yeah, I did. So number one, driving is a lot more crazier there than it is here. Driving is ridiculous.
Yeah.
There. Like, there really are no laws. Like,
what? Wait.
Let me elaborate on that. So,
Yes, please.
So basically, if you want to park, you just turn on your hazard. You could be in the middle of the street. You just turn on the hazard and you're parked. I swear, dude. Because my cousins, they live in Germany, but they visit Albania a lot. So when they heard we were coming, they came down and they were driving us around. And he was like, "You wanna know a trick to parking in Albania? You press this button." It was the hazard light.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing too in Lithuania. Like, people are just crazy drivers, and you know, if there's a spot open to park, you just park there. You know, obviously, if it's like a bigger street, I don't know, like in the bigger streets, like you obviously don't park there because it's the lane for driving. But like any of the side roads, like you go into like housing or just businesses, you just like, oh well, there's a sidewalk, I can park there. Or like we were going down this one street, me and my dad. And like one side is all parked cars, and there's only room for one car lane. And we see another dude coming, and like, what are we gonna do? This dude just goes on the sidewalk and goes around us. I'm like, shit, they don't care.
Yeah. I think that's how a lot of like Eastern Europe is. They don't really care.
If you don't kill somebody, just keep driving.
Basically. Dude, something else I noticed, like, government really isn't that all involved. Like, here, if you don't pay or anything, you're kind of like, they're gonna come after you. I feel like in Albania, I was looking around, like, a lot of farm stuff, I was like, how do people know that there are people living here, like, in the mountains or anything? I'm like, how do they know that there are people here? They probably don't. So it just kind of seemed like off the grid kind of stuff, like anything could happen and it would be fine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of explains why a certain very popular man wanted to escape to Eastern Europe to avoid government.
Thomas, you might be resembling him a little bit with the haircut.
Not anymore, dude. Have you seen him in prison? He's like, everything's grown out.
Yeah,
the beard and everything.
Yeah, you got like a big scruffy shit going on, but
yeah, you can take mine and then combine us, and then we're bamboo bait.
Bamboo bait.
Thomas, what color is your sunglasses?
Blue. What color is your sunglasses, Mike? I don't fucking know.
I'm not G enough to have sunglasses. Yeah, teach me the ways.
Teach the ways.
What else did you?
So, Albin, would you have rather grow up in United States or Albania?
United States, 100%. I mean, it would have been cool to say, hey, I was born in Albania and I grew up there a little bit, but I would not have wanted to stay there. Like, I can see why my parents came here and why they really don't go back that often.
Yeah. Just
right.
like, I mean...
Go ahead.
Is it, I mean, just... you were mentioning off the grid and just really no rules and laws. I imagine it's without like being very well connected, it's kind of hard to move out of like a poverty like level.
Yeah. I mean, there really is no like way to climb the ladder there. They don't really have markets or anything like that. So basically whatever you're doing is whatever you're doing. I mean, you could go to school and maybe that's the traditional way. You just go to school, you get a good job, and that's how it is. But when I'm talking about no rules and stuff, we were kind of like in the country. When you go like towards the main city, the driving's better. You actually have like more lanes and stuff. But most of our time was spent kind of like by the beach, and then sometimes we would visit relatives, and they'd be up in the mountains or stuff like that. So it depends on where you are.
What's the food like there?
Mediterranean.
My favorite.
Good stuff. Yeah. True. How's the weather? I mean,
Sunny.
that whole like Eastern European, like Serbia and stuff, they've got like beaches right on the Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah. I'd say that the weather is kind of like California, to be honest. Maybe it gets a little colder, but when we were there, it was consistently like 80, high 80s, like mid 90s. It was really warm. The sun was out, no clouds. It was really nice. So the place we were at, you could say it's like becoming a tourist attraction kind of spot, because a lot of hotels are popping up around there because it's right by the beach, and it looked really nice.
And then there's some mountains when you go inland, or is it kind of like flat, most of it?
Up north there are more mountains. There are a few mountains south, but it really depends on where you are. But yeah, there are mountains.
Did you ever feel like unsafe while you were over there? Because I know there's like kind of a history of like turmoil in that region.
No, not at all. Not where we're at. Because we're in the south, so maybe if you go more north or northeast, where more the borders are, maybe. But I felt fine the entire time. I had a good time.
Dude, I'm looking at a map right now. There's like Kosovo. Is that a country?
Yeah,
it's debated.
Serbia doesn't recognize it, but I'm pretty sure. I know Albania does, and I think most of Europe does. I'm not 100% sure on that though. But that's a really big debate. That's kind of like why most of the wars happen, is because they want to be recognized as independent, but Serbia does not recognize them as independent.
Interesting.
I mean, that whole...
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine.
That whole debacle in the Yugoslavic region, like, it's just a bunch of, like, random dudes, like, going at it for borders. Like Albania was involved, too, but I think most of it was right above Albania, where it was, like, Croatia, Bosnia, and, like, they're all just going ham on each other.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is this is fairly recent. I think it was, like, past the 90s, or at least, like, late 90s. And like you'll look up videos and you just see like AKs, tanks, like just going on in this region. I couldn't imagine. One of my friends, I don't know if this was during the same era, but he's Romanian, and his dad helped lead like just like basically like a rebellion like during then.
Yeah.
And just imagine how recent all that shit is interesting yet sad.
Yeah, it was in the 90s too. I think it was the early 90s. Because I remember in my human geo class, we talked about like genocides. And that was up there as genocide of Albanians in certain areas. So.
Another relevant question. Alvin, what is your favorite fast food place?
That's a good question. I'd have to go with the OG McDonald's just because it's super convenient. In terms of like quality, I wouldn't go there, but in terms of convenience and how often I'd probably go to McDonald's more than anywhere else just because it's cheaper and it's literally everywhere. But Chick-fil-A's up there, Noodles and Company, you know, Cane's. I would probably put Cane's number one in terms of quality. And just because it's the same thing every time, you basically know what you're getting.
Yeah, and it's fire. It's so good.
You know, I might get some Canes today. They just built one over here.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's exciting.
That's been going on for like a year, hasn't it? The construction there for it.
They finished it, but they couldn't find some poor saps to work there yet. But I think they did.
Wow.
Bro, there's so many students there. How could they not just get a few, like...
I mean, I don't know if you want to work there or not. Like, my first
it's
option
gonna
of
be super busy.
Like, when you, like, let's say, like, you're unemployed, maybe like me, is the first job you want to get a fast food job? Like, I mean, if you're... So, I don't understand if some students wouldn't want to go to work at Cane's and serve other students.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a McDonald's that I see some students work at, so I don't know.
I guess it's just preference, really.
Yeah.
I think if you've worked at one, like, in high school and there's one close by, you're kind of just like, all right, I know this place, like, just, I could turn my brain off and work here. I've done this for years. like I did that at Chick-fil-A sophomore and junior year.
Nice.
I just worked like 20 hours a week at Chick-fil-A, just turned my brain off.
You know what's crazy? We've all worked in the food industry. Liam, Chick-fil-A, Alvin, McDonald's, and then me, Domino's. Like, it's like the perfect trio going on right now. Like, you get your holy food, you get your sinful Domino's food, and then you wrap it all together in a McDonald's bag.
you stack it all into a Big Mac, and then
right. You can't forget the Sprite though, the static Sprite.
You're right.
True. Sprite is unbeaten. You dunk it all in Sprite, like when Joey Chestnut's eating those hot dogs.
Right.
Dude, I think working in fast food like that it's good to have that experience.
It builds character.
It does, and it makes you realize how much you don't want to do that.
Yeah, it makes you want to grind and never be there again.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Are you usually eating out a lot, or are you kind of making stuff at home more?
It really depends. Usually I'd come home and like my mom will make something, but if I'm really hungry and I don't want to wait, I'll go grab something. Especially during my work breaks, I'm always going somewhere to go grab something just because it's faster. So it really depends.
Are you working at You're not working at McDonald's now, are you?
No, I'm at Whole Foods.
Oh,
that was
the one.
Yeah.
The one on Butterfield?
Not.
Or no, sorry, not Butterfield.
On 82.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just there today actually.
Oh, were you?
I was. Yeah, I was picking up some flowers and chocolate covered strawberries for my girlfriend.
No, Liam was scouting, looking for Alvin.
I was.
I was literally there from 8 to 12, so I was there, but you seem like you probably got in and out pretty fast, so.
Yeah, I stayed like right over by like the front the whole time.
Yeah, so I probably didn't see you.
Yeah,
I've seen your dad
chick.
a couple of times.
Yeah, dude, he loves seeing you.
And
then when I told him you were gonna be on the pod, he was getting hyped. He was so excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great times, dude.
Last time I saw him, he was like, "Oh, you should text me about when your games are. I'll come by and see one if they're at the Paul." Hopefully, he comes by to see one of them. I think we play Notre Dame in a couple weeks, but that might be our last home game. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, he texted me about that. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Albin's game today," and he seemed like he was going to go, but something must have come up. Like I don't know, but right. he definitely expressed to me, like over the phone, just a random call, like that he wants to go. So.
I mean, I don't get too many minutes because we have a lot of guys on the team, and I'm the shortest one. Like, it seems like every team I'm on, it's like that. But we have had some guys quit, so maybe I'll get more playing time. And if he's out there, I'll let my coach know, like, hey, I got some people wanting to watch me play. Yeah,
for sure. Have you guys ever played Bradley?
No. We have our own conference, and Bradley's not in it. Interesting.
Because now Bradley and UIC, or no, you're DePaul, not UIC.
Yeah. It all depends. If whoever runs it there like hits up the person that runs it on our team, we could maybe get a game in, but usually we don't play them.
Yeah. Yeah, club sports are fun to do. It's fun to stay competitive. Like, I play for the Bradley disc golf team.
Nice.
So yeah, we last year we made it to the national championships. Got to go out to North Carolina for that, which was awesome. And we made it again this year, but we had a ton of guys graduate in December. So no neck.
I look like a thumb. I look like a thumb.
Dude, you're looking like the thumbs from Spy Kids.
That's a real. That's a real.
You guys need to get that out there. Like, just have the comparison. It'll be perfect.
Yeah. Dude, those reels, and especially if it's like a popular topic, they kind of blow up a little bit.
For whatever reason, I've noticed that reels don't do as well as like shorts or TikToks, and I don't understand why.
I think honestly, YouTube is a bigger audience. Like,
yeah, YouTube has done the best, is what I've noticed.
And honestly, I like it more. I don't want to be like elitist, but I feel like YouTube Shorts is the best short form of all social media. Because I don't know, I feel like it just depends on what side of the algorithm you're on.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem as toxic to me. Or like, it's just more interesting, like, because instead of where on Instagram or what's another platform? Oh, TikTok. Like, you're doing it because it's short form and you're trying to blow up, basically. Or, well, I mean, it's kind of the same on YouTube Shorts, but on YouTube, you got all these different content creators, and with this opening of like being able to monetize off of Shorts, like they're like now these different artists or creators are using Shorts to like showcase their content or just make something interesting to watch.
Right.
Which I feel
YouTube
like
seems more. Oh, go ahead. Finish.
No, I was just gonna say it's more diverse in my opinion.
Yeah. YouTube just seems more professional in my opinion. TikTok is more of the teenage fan base, and like you'll do like random shit to try and blow up. YouTube is more like brand content, like you actually care about what you're putting out there. TikTok, it could be literally anything, just hoping to blow up.
Yeah,
plus you won't see
TikTok
dancing.
Yeah, true. I see more like what you were saying, just like random videos on TikTok or like memes or something, but you go to YouTube and it's actually legit content creators who are creating legit short form content. You know, it's highly edited and it's very informative, and there's actually, you know, like a beginning, middle, and end, and it's been nice to see. It's really been nice to see.
They're always behind on trends though. Like, you show me a TikTok trend and I'm like, what? And then a few weeks later I see it on YouTube Shorts. And one trend I'm seeing right now, and I swear I thought of it in my head this morning. Like, this morning I was listening to a song, I'm like, this could be like a meme format, and it's like top 5 NBA players, and it's like dance if you're in the top 5, and then like, you know, it'll be like Kobe dancing, Michael Jordan dancing. It's just a funny, like, fun thing to watch. But I swear I thought of it, and I didn't act on the idea.
Dang it.
Unless
I will say for TikTok, the ability to do like CapCut, you can use like those like almost templates.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of these templates are like viral, and you can just kind of put your own pictures or videos into it. It's pretty nice.
You can actually for a few of my videos, I just record from CapCut, and you can upload it to everywhere else.
Oh, okay. So you can just save it and then.
Yeah, you could save it directly to your phone. So sometimes, because I used to just record off of TikTok and then put them up. So like you would see the little TikTok tag onto it. But if you record from CapCut, there's going to be no tag on there, so it looks like an original video.
Interesting. Yeah, I would only use CapCut like on a TikTok video. It would say like try this template. Yeah. And then I'd click on it. It'd take me to the app. So I actually have never opened up the CapCut app without going through TikTok. So I might have to try that.
The templates are nice though. Thomas, I sent you one with the template, didn't I? That video.
Yeah, I showed the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
Jamie, pull it up now. I'm not gonna reenact it.
I mean, there's one I just uploaded a little bit ago that was like, there's a fucking goat outside.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. It's a little
Yeah,
there's a goat outside. It's a
Yeah.
goat.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to update it. Get some album clips in there once we get more.
True. Yeah. Now we got another member of the Pillbox universe.
Let me get to the real meat and bones part of the discussion here. And it's last episode we talked about ChatGPT, AI, crypto, all the buzzwords. And Alvin, there's a buzzword in your YouTube channel named crypto, and we're going to talk about crypto.
I love it.
You're all about the markets, and I'm going to get straight to it. What's your prediction? Where's the market heading? When's the top? When should I buy? When should I sell? Give me the straight advice right now. You're responsible for my money.
Oh God, hold on. Let me start off. This is not financial advice, okay? Never. All strictly opinions. You could read it in my disclaimer, in my description. Never financial advice, all right? Always consult with a professional financial advisor before you do anything. Go on. Personally, I think the bottom is in for the market. I think the bottom is in. I don't think we're going lower than 15.5. And if we do, it's going to be very short-lived. It'll have to be like a big black swan event. For those that don't know, a black swan is like basically like what happened in 2020. Something no one expects, and it just happens and it shoots everything down. But so there's a thing called the 4-year cycles in crypto, where every 4 years you'll have a period where it goes down for a year, a period of like sideways, and then a period of just launching up to the moon. You know, that's our favorite phrase is to the moon.
To the moon.
So the way it's worked, Bitcoin was created in 2008. 2009 it boomed, and it crashed in 2010, and then 2011 and 12 were kind of slow years. 2013 it rocketed back up, and it's had that cycle in 2017 and recently in 2021. So right now we just had it down here for 2022, and if you continue on with the cycles, that would suggest that we're looking for a period of consolidation, kind of. So for the next year or two, we might see slow rises, and the price won't really move all that much. But then in 2024 and 2025, we should expect the price to start going back up towards its all-time high and then create new all-time highs. And the reasoning why that happens is because of the Bitcoin halving. That's basically where the block rewards for each block mined gets cut in half. So right now, I'm pretty sure the block rewards are about 6.25 Bitcoins per block. So like if you're a miner, that's what your block reward is. You get six Bitcoin. And that's going to get cut in half in 2024 to about 3 point, whatever the math comes out to, 3.125 or something. And that basically causes the miners to need to increase the hash rate, which makes it harder to mine blocks. And then you're not going to want to sell because the increased hash rate will cause the price to move up. Usually hash rate causes price to go up. So that's why the 4-year cycles occur, and that's why they have occurred. The cycles might be broken one day once the market matures, but I don't think it's going to happen in the next 5 years. So in terms of prediction where I think it could go, 2024 we could be looking at new all-time highs by the end of 2024. So maybe like December around Christmas, we could be seeing 69k Bitcoin again or higher.
Wow.
And then 2025 is when the real fun happens. That's when everyone goes crazy about it. You're going to hear it all over your algorithm. The buzzwords are going to be popping up everywhere again. Everyone's going to be like, oh, I'm making money on crypto. I'm that crypto guy. But they're not a true OG.
Yeah, the hype is what... Don't they say, like, buy the hype, sell the news or something?
It's
sell the news, buy the hype.
Buy the rumor, sell the news. But I think 2025, my conservative prediction would be 120 to 150 for Bitcoin. If everything goes well and things look great in terms of the macro economy and regulation and everything, I would put my highest at like 270 to 330. That would be my highest prediction for Bitcoin. Ethereum, which is my favorite crypto, my favorite holding, would be conservative, I'd say 10K. That would be a double from where it topped out at in 2021. But on the high end, we could be seeing 20K. For anyone who knows, Raoul Powell, he's been shooting at that number for quite a few years now. And with the way that ETH has become deflationary, it's had its upgrades. There's another upgrade coming, the Shanghai upgrade, which will allow people to de-stake Ethereum. And for those that don't know, ETH is deflationary right now, which means that the supply is going down instead of up. So that's pretty good. So the predictions are 10K conservative, 20K is the highest point I think we reach. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited. These next few years, I'm just going to be looking to stack my crypto and buy more and just learn as much as I can.
Nice. Yeah,
you heard it here.
Makes
folks.
sense.
Buy Bitcoin right now.
Not financial advice.
Alvin, is Thomas frozen? Thomas is frozen on my screen.
Is he?
Yeah. His picture's frozen on my screen.
I can see Thomas moving.
Okay, that's fine. I don't need it. But is there going to be like a good opportunity for these cryptos to grow if like the general thought and consensus around them is still as negative as it is now?
Yes, because the negative sentiment kind of arrives when price goes down. Like in 2021, when things were going up, you didn't really hear too many bad things about it unless someone really hated it. So now that things are down and like people got destroyed by FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried, they lost a lot of money. People are going to trash it. It's kind of like with anything. If your sports team is doing bad, you're going to trash them because they're not playing well. But if they're doing good, you're going to be like, oh, they're the best team ever. It's the same thing with everything, really.
Oh my God, what is he holding?
Alvin, I got my Bitcoin right here. What do I do with it? Do I dump it?
Just keep...
Do I just dump it?
No. Huddle your bags. Huddle your bags. Yeah.
Diamond hands. Diamond hands.
Diamond hands.
Albin, you mentioned something earlier. I think it was hash rate, something like that. Could you explain that? I've never heard of that before.
So the hash rate is it's used for mining, and when miners mine, they have to decipher through a bunch of numbers to try and get the block rewards from the block and mine the block, and that's called hashing. So I think the not the code that Bitcoin uses, but I don't know if it's programming language. I don't have it in front of me, but it's called SHA-256, and that basically is what hashing is. That's what the computers have to do in order to solve the puzzle of the block. So when the hash rate goes up, it means it's harder to solve the block puzzle, and when hash rate goes down, it's easier to solve the block puzzle. And usually when it goes down, it means there aren't as many people mining or trying to get those rewards. So that's why it makes it easier. And it gets harder when there are a lot of people mining because it creates competition. So you want to see the hash rate going up because it means that a lot of people are mining the network. They're trying to get these Bitcoin rewards. And usually the price follows the hash rate for the most part. So during the bull market, when you saw a big drop in the hash rate, price followed, and vice versa. When you saw it go up, it went up. So that's what hashing is in short.
Interesting. Thank you.
What could possibly derail crypto?
Honestly, it would just be people not wanting to use it because governments can't really ban it per se. Like, they can ban it from themselves. You can't ban the actual blockchain. So like India or China or the United States, if they say we're banning crypto, you're just banning the usage of it. You can't really stop it from existing. So you're basically excluding yourself from it instead of allowing it to happen. I don't really know if there's anything that would stifle it. There are ways that it could like be tampered with, but those would be, one, costly, and two, the possibilities of it happening are very, very, very low. It would have to be like some ridiculous coordinated attack. And the highest point at which Bitcoin's network was threatened was when China had over 51% of miners in their country. So they controlled mining. But other than that, I don't really see anything derailing it. Regulation could make it harder or like not as friendly to be a crypto person in the United States, but I don't think there's going to be anything really derailing it.
Interesting. Because I've heard from a source that doesn't believe crypto is all that it's up to be, and like NFTs, and it's kind of like a fad where it pops up, it was able to make people a lot of money, and now it's gone. I have some doubts about that because it's not their saying, but it's like a decentralized coin. It's like you can't print so much more of it. It's kind of limited, so to say, that you have to mine it, and it's what creates value, like scarcity and like demand.
Right.
So like you said, if there's no demand, then the obvious curve is it goes to zero. Bless you. Thank you. That'll be 1 Bitcoin for my bless you.
I don't know if I got that one on me.
1 ETH. I know you got some ETH.
Yeah, I grew up with enough to pay off the 1 ETH.
Yeah.
I think the narrative of it being currency should kind of be set aside for a while, because currency, you need to pay for things day to day, and yeah, you can pay things with Bitcoin and other things, but I don't think it could be reserve currency for decades, to be honest. Plus, it's not all that widely adopted yet.
So you'd consider it more of just like an equity, like a stock or something that people can invest in, and value's going to go up and down?
Honestly, no one's in it. People say they're in it for the technology and the way it's going to change the world, but I don't think we're at that point yet. Obviously, everyone's here just to make money and get rich off of it, and the rest will come later. It's the same thing with the internet. When the internet first came around, no one was really saying, oh, I'm going to build on the internet because I can already see what it's going to be like 10 to 15 years from now. No, the dot-com bubble happened because it was a super easy way to make money. Mark Cuban became a billionaire because he sold his company at the right time. So it's really about making money now. That's kind of the point of it. It's a speculative asset, digital asset. I think there will be use cases in the future, but it's going to be a far way from now.
I could definitely see it happening though, like already. Me like using Apple Pay or just like just using your phone to like put it on the thing. I could easily imagine that it's crypto that I'm like transferring through my phone or whatever, and all it takes is that I have some and the business that I'm using it with accepts it, and
right.
Like you said, it just has to be widely adopted for it to be usable. But I kind of agree with you, it's just a moneymaker right now.
Right. It doesn't even have to be like Bitcoin. It could be a different coin like XRP. They're working with a lot of banks to make bank transactions faster. So what you just brought up, XRP could be used for that. Because right now the banking process is pretty slow. It takes like a few business days for something to go through. With blockchain, it can be more instantaneous. Because the blockchain is like the whatever the word is for it, ledger. It's like a ledger.
and that's why it's able to.
It's an open source ledger, yeah.
So that's why you can speed it up, instead of having to wait for these days for like the bank to confirm it or like the transfer to happen. It's like right away, blockchain confirms it's good, everything's confirmed. All right, transfer happened.
Yeah, you'll have the nodes of the blockchain. They'll validate that the transaction occurred, and then as long as all the nodes agree that it happened, which usually does happen, then transactions are pretty fast. I think the transaction speed for Bitcoin is like 20 to 30 minutes, and then for other coins it gets lower and lower, so transaction speed's a lot faster.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, I've got to be out of this room at 2.
Oh boy.
Wait.
So we've
One more.
What's up?
Alvin, do you believe in?
What's up?
Do you believe? Wait. Do you believe in aliens? I don't know what I'm fucking doing.
I mean, didn't the government say they were real?
They said just flying objects, unidentified flying objects. You don't know if it's aliens, so it's up to you to think if it's an alien we're seeing or not, or if it's some Chinese technology.
The spy balloon?
Yeah.
It's kind of strange, though. Why are they flying a balloon?
That spy balloon was interesting.
Yeah.
Didn't they fly another one?
Who knows?
Like they already set up like another balloon?
Yeah, they shot something down. They shot something down like today, maybe, or the other day.
Wow.
I don't know about China.
I don't know about those guys, man. They're being a little creepy.
Yep.
Being a little sussy.
Wait, for real though,
Well,
Alvin,
they always
do you
have
believe in
it a
aliens?
little bit. I would say, yeah. I don't have any hard evidence or anything, but I'll just say, yeah, I could say that they're real.
Interesting.
Then why haven't they been in contact with us?
I mean, I don't want to contact a lot of people, so I understand they don't want to contact us either.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what if they're just looking down on our, like, somewhat intelligent monkey planet, watching us destroy each other, and they're just thinking, yeah, I'll just keep watching this from a
It's like
from
the
a
Romans
view.
when they're looking at the Colosseum, they're like, fight, fight, fight.
Yeah, yeah, true, dude. It could be like that.
Hey, Alvin, get me
Well-
another bag of popcorn. These humans are going nuts.
Right. Was there anything that we didn't touch on that you guys wanted to hit up, or no? No, we did it on time.
Yeah, not for me. I mean, we could just wrap it up. You can plug your stuff again if you got anything new coming out. But I mean, we're gonna have you on again, obviously. So
Nice. That's what I like to
yeah,
hear.
maybe when playoffs come around.
Okay.
We-
Or
We'll-
something
we'll just-
big happens in the crypto universe.
Yes, true.
But
Very true.
Thomas, I think you know how to do it. Like, you can add my links or whatever in the video. I know you guys have like your Instagram and your TikToks pop up. gpb.tv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crypto Hoops, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. You'll find me. I got a basketball with some blue letters as my logo. If you like blockchain or basketball, I'm the guy to follow. I could teach you about crypto, and we do some price predictions there, some charting, and some news analysis. Follow me for more if you want to be a blockchain baller, baby.
Let's go. Cardano to the moon.
Yeah, we'll drop it down below. Don't worry about it.
For sure.
love
Yep. Thanks again, Alvin.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. This was great.